Works on the mind and discovers happiness. Meditator, or you can say a seeker of meditation, discovers that he has to work on the mind in order to succeed in discovering peace and happiness. So whatever master says, the masters of Eastern wisdom says by chance. It is not a chance, but the good karma that we had done in the past triggers the mind to find peace and happiness within. That is the first thing to know. Not only that good karma inspires us to find the peace and happiness in life, but it also helps us to meet the teacher. Find out how we met. It is not by chance. It is the existence that makes us meet, to receive, to exchange the good karma together. That is why we have been together for so many years now. Now, along with that good karma, there are also the past impressions that causes the suffering, which is known as the bad karma. So they both exist simultaneously. So what happens? The good karma takes the path of a Shreyas. What is Shreyas? What is right and good. And what is right and good? It is the truth. And what is the truth? It is our real nature. Hides behind the mind that has created ignorance, and ignorance has created impurities, and the impurities causes the suffering. Simple way to understand. We talk of impurities. The word is used in Eastern wisdom. Why the word impurities in the mind is used? So we always see the world outside, and in the world of people, place, object, things, we experience as if the world is real. What is the meaning of real? So the real means that is everlasting. Tell me anything in the world that is everlasting. The world is in flux. It is constantly changing. And the mind is holding on to an object, to a person, to a thing, to the possessions. You buy a car for about a week. What happens? The pleasure appears real to possess the car. But there are two things happens. There is a first superimposition that car will remain with me forever. It comes from the unconscious and the habitual mind. Second, this car is me and mine. So two superimposition takes place by the mind, and that causes the impurity. And there is a third imposition New car breaks up, sorrow. New car we enjoy, joy. So the experience of the joy and the sorrow alternates with everything in the world outside. Take an example of your dear and near ones, joy and sorrow. Why don't you listen to me? You are my son, and doesn't listen, so I get sorrow. Listen to me, I get joy. Same thing applies to the objects of the world. So 3 superimposition. And it takes time for the mind to understand, followed by the practice to change, to transform the mind. Until we become a seeker, committed seeker, with a regular practice, it doesn't change. Why it does not change? I did the practice, I'm very much relaxed and calm, and I open my eyes, and my mind creates these 3 superimpositions. What is the 3 superimpositions? First, the moment the mind goes outside, it says this world is real. Look at anyone. Everyone is changing. Everything is changing. How can the changing would be real? Second superimposition by the mind, due to ignorance. So what is that superimposition? First is, this world is real. Second superimposition, that this world is me and mine. Everyone lives in its own shell. A couple has 10 kids, they live in their world. Couple has no kids, they live in their world. A parent has a problem, they live in their world. Take an example of me. I as a parent live in my own world. So this is the second superimposition which I claim me and mine. I can only claim me and mine once the mind forces me to accept the world is real. Now question comes, why this crazy mind claims the world is real? Because it is a first person experience. I experience joy, I experience sorrow. To tell other people, I say, no, I have 4 kids. I'm a father and mother of 4 kids. For example, I own a house, I own a car. So it causes the 2 superimposition. First is, world is real. Second is, this world is me and mine. But why the mind claims? Because I experience joy and sorrow. Sometimes joy, sometimes sorrow. And we avoid what we avoid? We avoid problems. We avoid understanding this is not real. And when I avoid this, what happens? The joy and the experience of the sorrow alternates in my life. This means the mind is working on me. When the mind is working on me, it makes me crazy sometimes, it makes me lazy sometimes, it makes me angry sometimes, it makes me upset sometimes, it gives me a little experience of joy for the time being, and that joy also does not last long. So when we understand, it is our experience, thought and speech by which we express that nothing is everlasting, we avoid that and we continue our journey with the mixed experience of the joy and the sorrow. It is because of the past impression, my habit, I don't want to change, I don't want to transform my life. So what is the key to transformation? Change. Always thinking, first knowing the principle. I want to work on the mind or I allow the mind to work on me. If I allow the mind to work on me, that is what the entire living species are doing, and especially the mammals and animals are doing. They don't have a choice. See that they don't have a choice. The mind is allowed to work on me. Animals do not have a choice. The nature created them like this. Why? They don't have an intellect. It is the intellect that separates the two. Can I work on the mind? Or I allow the mind to work on me? Simple funda. But how to start this? How to know this? Simple way of knowing. I'm upset. I'm experiencing abundance of pleasure outside. Warn your mind. This pleasure is not short. This pleasure is not long lasting. It is going to end soon. I have a sorrow. It is not going to remain with me. But question is, so why the sorrow comes? Why the joy comes? So the first thing is to know the principle, and second, that we start thinking. Self-analysis, contemplation, reflection, that is going to shed some light on the cause of our mind working on us and causing the suffering. So, who does this? It is the intellect. What the intellect does? It separates. When I experience joy in the world in relationship to a person, an object, and a thing, the mind likes that person. Mind relates to that person. Mind claims it is me and mine. I experience the joy. I don't like a person. The mind says disliking. So mind says, if you avoid this person, don't meet this person, then again you will have an experience of joy. But if the person we don't like, he comes in front, we have a sorrow. If a person whom we like comes in front, so what is the root? Root is liking and disliking. And why this is happening? It is happening because the world is me and mine, and because I claim that the world is real, and these are the three superimpositions causing the suffering in our life. So we have to become a seeker after understanding and reflecting. So what we are working in meditation? Meditator works on the mind to drop three superimpositions. Well, no, okay. You said that I have dropped all the superimpositions. Then what? Then the same mind becomes our helper. The same mind realizes the true nature. The same mind discovers the permanent peace and happiness deeper within us. That is what happens by the practice of meditation. That is why every master says, what is the goal of meditation? Through the practice of meditation, we get knowledge of our true nature. And when we get knowledge of our true nature, that true nature is full of permanent peace and happiness. And when that true nature reveals itself, the permanent peace and happiness, the mind drops that three superimposition. These three superimpositions are nothing but, we say, ignorance. We say, incomplete knowledge. And it is the ignorance that causes the impurities in the mind. And what are those impurities? A strong likes and dislikes, a constant experience of the joy and sorrow alternating, desire of seeking others and projecting happiness, and then not getting the happiness, anger and hesitation and anxiety and fear. Getting it, greed comes. So the entire vicious circle starts. And that do not allow, that vicious circle continues in the mind. That means that the mind is working on me. And if I go above that vicious circle, I'm working on the mind. It doesn't mean that I should leave everyone. It simply means that I maintain. When the person comes, mind wants to avoid, you maintain the indifference. When the person comes, you like, the mind says no like, because you are getting a pleasure. Maintain that equanimity, the peace and the happiness. Let it come from outside and pass on to the others. So there are a lot of tips and the principles that follows once we succeed in meditation. This is what happens. So let us see that, let us practice. I think you got it? This is what happens. You were telling me, and now I am so many years old. This is the right time to move into the direction so that your mind blossoms in peace and happiness. We have been searching for peace and happiness for so many years. Now is the right time. Now is the right time.
At any moment, any time should be the right time, right?
Yes, any moment in any time is the right time. You are perfectly right. But that idea, that thought should always be there in our mind. If that idea and thought is not there in my mind, then what happens? I miss it. Why I miss it? Because of the impurities in the mind and the ignorance. So you are perfectly right. You caught the right thing. But what is very important is the mind constantly recalling and reminding this principle that I have to live into that state by discovering peace from moment to moment. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. My master used to say, in a very positive note, but the phrase seems to be very hard, tough. He used to say, let the world go to hell. Let me be in peace and happiness. So that word go to hell means that my association, my claim of the mind that the world is real, then the world is me and mine, and that is causing an experience of the joy and sorrow. That world should go to hell. Means the mind, the world created by the mind. Not the world go to hell. I don't say, son, you go to hell. But my superimposition on that son, on that daughter, on that relationship, should be clear in my head. Come on, my son, let me take care of you. But again I have to say, care with wisdom, care with the right knowledge. Same thing with the objects that is lying in the world, the same thing my food, the same thing with the body. I should not get obsessed. So that obsession causes the impurity in the mind, and the mind starts working on us. Moment to moment, for everything, for house, for home, for stuff, and there are a lot of stuff, that we will understand step by step. But first thing, when the mind works on us, I may feel calm and peaceful, but ultimately this mind is going to make me crazy, upset. When I work on the mind, that alternating of the joy and the sorrow, the likes and dislikes, has to be broken completely. I'm with myself. Let the peace and the wisdom come from outside and allow it to manifest in my daily thought, speech, and action. Mind remains totally free from anxiety. So how come those anxiety and duality comes? Because the joy and sorrow experience alternates with the different likes and dislikes, with the people, with the place, with the objects outside. That world needs to go to hell. Let us see today that how we go in a different mode. Let us start our practice. I will make you aware in a different way today. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. And let us prepare for ourselves for the meditation. Why I say being comfortable? Now understand that. You'll have a totally new level of awareness. Now pay attention, move the mind on the neck joint. What is neck joint? It is a part of the body. Who sees it? It is the mind, but it is the physical mind that sees the neck joint. What is that physical mind? Goes with the sense organs. Goes with the sense organs? Oh yes. And sense organs contains what it contains? The impressions of likes and dislikes. Now pay attention how instruction I am giving you. Move the mind on the neck joint, be there and feel sensation, being comfortable in steadiness. Now it is the subtle mind. Subtle mind perceives or experiences sensation, comfortable and steadiness. Physical mind always goes with the name and the shape. Can you show me the shape of the sensation, comfort, and the steadiness? No. That is why it is subtle mind. I'm picking up only one principle. We should know it. If we don't know it in the mind, there is no knowledge of the physical in the subtle mind. The mind will remain attached to the things of the world outside, real, me and mine, and joy and sorrow. Then this mind will not change. Again, look at it through a new perspective. The mind looks at the hip joint, physical mind. Now experience of sensation, being comfortable, and Steadiness, see that, physical and subtle mind. Subtle mind has an experience of sensation, being comfortable, and just see that effect, the truth. I experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness, but I can't show you. See that. That is why it is the subtle mind. So when the mind changes its stand from the physical to the subtle, to the subtler, to the subtlest, we are already in meditation. Subtler it is, it throws out our anxiety, reaction, anger, because it comes from the physical mind. Why? Physical mind perceives the world as real. It claims me and mine. See that? It claims me and mine. See, my friend, it is so easy. It is not difficult. The entire body. Look at the entire body. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and steadiness. Now know it. You may be telling, why didn't I tell you before? I want you to progress little faster. Accept that. And now see little deeper what it means by being carefree. I say stand across a road, watching the traffic, the same way stand across the mental traffic and watch it. Don't do anything. Let the thought come and go. So where is the mind? The subtle mind is the thoughts, feeling and sensation, and subtler mind is simple awareness that is watching all these thoughts. Again there is a division. See that? So what you are doing? Nothing. Why? Because you are not doing anything with the thoughts. You have nothing to do with the thoughts. Right? You have nothing to do with the thoughts. But who are you? You are the subtler mind that has nothing to do with the thoughts. And the subtle mind has all these thoughts and crazy, maybe crazy thoughts. Let it be there. Who cares? Who cares? See that. That is why I always say, be carefree. It is not just to tell you intellectually, no, not at all. And now when I say you, be casual, natural, what it means. It is the subtlest mind. What is the subtlest mind? It is almost no mind. That is why I always start with being comfortable, being carefree, and being Casual. Casual means natural. Natural means what? That's what I say, that meditation reveals the knowledge of the true nature. So when I say natural means what? It means that subtlest mind cannot have any content. Okay? So when it does not have any content, that drives not to any action, any thought. It remains outside the thought. Look at it with a new perspective, with a new understanding, with new level of awareness. There is a physical mind that perceives the world outside. There is a physical, which is body mind, engages the sense organs. There is a subtle mind. First subtle mind is aware of the breath. Subtler mind is aware of the thought, feeling and sensations. And behind that there is a subtlest mind, which is almost a no mind. Clearly understand. And then you are into the practice will always succeed. Another way, another expression. So now I see that look at the head and the neck. It is physical, so it is the physical mind perceives because the sense organ know, and then the subtle mind. I say experience, sensation, relaxation and stillness. Again, become aware of the sensations in the body. Still it is physical mind but still subtle. And relaxation is again the subtle mind. And the stillness here is the subtlest mind. See that. So normally what happens when the mind is crazy after the world is real, me and mine, and the joy and sorrow and experience, then the mind does not become subtle. It continues its own habit. Okay, I have understood, there is a relaxation. No! I'm talking of something different. That is why the Master says we have to become seeker, to reflect on these principles. So now right arm, physical mind, sensation, physical mind, experience, relaxation, subtle mind, stillness, subtlest mind. What is stillness? No change. Almost it is no mind. Can I experience that? I will only experience once I understood clearly the world outside is not real. Superimposition is there. Superimposition makes the world real. Then the mind starts working that, okay, if the world is real, then this is me and this is mine. Second superimposition. Why the second superimposition? Because there is an experience of the joy and sorrow, and the mind returns to the physical level, and at the physical level I cannot find my true nature. Finished. I live in ignorance and I will continue to suffering even after I am doing meditation for 150 years. Move the mind on the left arm. Be there. Sensation. Now you simply recognize. I'm not telling you which mind. Relaxation has no shape and size. And stillness. Physical, subtlest mind. Mind goes to the chest and the belly. Be there, look it again. So when you look at it again, mind says, I experience the deepening of the sensation, welcome it, but simply recognize it's a physical mind. Our sense of relaxation is there, subtle mind. And the sense of stillness is there, as if there is something deeper within, which is in the state of motionless stillness. You are touching that, the deeper state of the mind, or you are touching the higher state of the mind, whatever you want to say. Look at it. Look at it. This is so easy for you now. Look at the right arm. Feel the sensation. Now you are aware. Feel the sensation. Relaxation, you are aware. And stillness, you are aware. Move the mind on the left leg, feel the sensation, you are aware. Relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation. I'm going slowly. Relaxation and stillness. I'm not saying anything. What the mind is doing, I'm just making you aware, the entire body. Sensation, relaxation, stillness. It means the mind works at different level of perception. Very good. So we are moving to right perception. We are doing nothing in meditation. And the right perception or right knowledge. So now let us see what happens with the breath awareness. What I say, look at the breath. Simply I say three-pointed awareness. Look at the breath. Know the breath is moving in and out. That is what I always say. What is the wisdom in it? Breath is moving in and out. Where it is in and out? It is the physical perception, physical mind. Now see that. Now simply you know the breath. That is the subtle mind. You feel the sensation of the breath, physical mind. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath, subtler mind. So I'm indicating, pointing you the subtler mind by the third pointed awareness. Please do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Because you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Subtler mind. Normally what happens, mind says, okay, this is what is, it is so simple. No, it is not so simple. It is not so simple. It is easy if the mind knows it. Okay. Here simply looking at the breath, but looking at the breath is not so. Now it is clear. First is, what is clear? You know the breath is going in and out, very good. You feel the sensation of the breath going in and out, that is also good. So it is also good. But you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. There is something very deep that knows that you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So what happens? When you do the regular practice, the time comes when you realize the subtler mind is more powerful. And it knows clearly, it perceives clearly the joy and the sorrow alternates. So when it alternates, why should I crave for it? When it alternates, why should I form a habit? Just know that. That knowledge and wisdom dawns in the mind. And when it dawns in the mind, it drops the superimposition. We did hardly 2 steps, 3 steps, and see. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences and bring the hands down.